to a true story of sea turtles. In this lesson, the writer Bhau Katdare mentions how he and other volunteers from an NGO called Sayadri Nisarga Mitra saved the sea turtles by involving villagers in protection of the local species. So, children, as you know that many of the animal species are on the verge of becoming extinct due to various reasons, and one of the big reasons is humans itself. As we live a free and bountiful life, we should also work towards our nature and try to conserve and protect our wildlife. So now let's see how the turtles were rescued and protected. So children, now let's read the passage together. We were surveying the white-bellied sea eagles in the summer that year. As we roamed the coast, one of the volunteers in our team saw some shallow pits with white eggshells nearby. Enquiries with the villagers revealed that they were turtle eggs. This came as a surprise. We had never come across turtle eggs in our walks along the beaches of Konkan in all these years. We decided to study this unusual occurrence further. We learnt that the beach where we had found the eggshells had been sealed to the public for nearly 1 month after people smuggling silver bricks were caught in that area. But what we learnt further shocked us to the core. Let's see the meanings. Surveying means examining. Shallow means not deep. Enquiries mean investigations. So children, in this passage, a group of volunteers from an NGO called Sayadri Nisarg Mitra were looking out for white-bellied sea eagles. As they roamed about the sea coast, one of them saw a shallow pit, that is, not very deep holes, with white eggshells in it. When they inquired, the villagers told them that they were turtle eggs. These volunteers walked along the Konkan beach every year but had never found turtle eggs before. So they decided to look in this unusual occurrence that was very strange. They found out that this beach was closed or sealed to the people or the public for almost a month after people had been caught smuggling, that is, illegally bringing in silver bricks into that area. This news shocked them further, was something else, and that news shocked them more than the previous news. Turtles nest along the entire coastline of our state. There are a few people in every village who keep combing the beach in the early hours of the morning throughout the year. When the female turtle comes on shore to nest and to lay eggs, she leaves behind a trail just like a track of wheels on the sand. The egg hunters follow this trail right up to the nest, which is about half a meter deep. They dig up the nest and steal all the 100 to 150 eggs that are laid inside. These eggs are then either eaten or are sold in the market. So the meanings are: combing means searching systematically and carefully. Trail means track. So, children, turtles nest of lay eggs along the entire coastline. That means these turtles lay eggs or nest throughout the coastline of our state, that is Maharashtra. A few people from the village used to search this area every morning throughout the year. So, whenever the female turtle comes to shore to nest and lay eggs, she leaves behind a trail, that is, her footmarks on the sand. So, these egg hunters simply follow these footmarks on the sand till the nest, which is half a meter deep. When they dig the nest and steal all the 100 to 150 eggs that were laid. So, what do you think they do with these eggs? They either eat it or sold it into the market. If a turtle is spotted while it is still laying eggs, it is allowed to live till the laying is over. As soon as the eggs are laid, it is caught and then killed and eaten. This ruthless practice is observed in all parts of the world. However, in India, sea turtles have been given protection by including them under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. That means turtles have been given as much protection as tigers. Therefore, all this business of gathering turtle eggs and killing turtles is carried on in a secret, hush-hush manner. This information was distressing. We began to think seriously about it. We decided to undertake a project for the protection and conservation of turtles and their nest in Maharashtra. So the meanings are: ruthless means cruel, distressing means causing pain or sorrow, conservation means prevention. So children, if these hunters spot the turtle that is still laying eggs, then they allow it to live till she finishes giving out the eggs or laying the eggs. And when she finishes laying the eggs, they catch the turtle and then kill it and use it as food. So bad, children. This cruel practice is followed all over the world. In India, sea turtles are given protection under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. This means that the turtles are protected as a species, just like the tigers in India. So, one cannot harm or smuggle turtles, as it is illegal and protected with an act. So that means these hunters in the Konkan beach are carrying out these or their business in a secret manner which nobody knows. They hide the business that they do. The volunteers found this information very sad and painful. Hence, they decided to undertake a project for the protection and conservation of turtles and their nest in our state, Maharashtra. We had no experience regarding sea turtles. So first of all, we undertook a study of turtles. We contacted institutes that work for the protection of turtles in India. The next step was launching a turtle protection campaign at Velas, Taluka, Mandangad, District Ratnagiri. This was done with the support and cooperation of the Forest Department. As part of the campaign, a few local people were specially appointed to look for turtle nests on the beach in the morning. When they came across a nest, they had to carefully remove the eggs from the nest and bury them again in a similar pit, but one protected with wire fencing. So, children, as the volunteers had no experience regarding the sea turtles, but they anyhow wanted to do something to protect these turtles. So, they first studied the habits of turtles, like when they come to the shore, when do they leave, which season do they lay eggs, what season or which month do they come to the shore. So, they contacted various institutes that work for the turtle protection. Then, they launched a turtle protection campaign at Velas in Ratnagiri district. They could do all of this just because of the cooperation and support of the forest department. As a part of this campaign, a few local people from the same village were appointed to search for any turtle nests early in the morning. And if they found any nest, then they had to carefully remove the eggs from the nest and bury them again in another hole or a pit, but which was protected with a wire fence. So you all can see the wire fence in the picture given below. This is the way how they remove the eggs from the actual pit and bury them into another protected pit so that the smugglers cannot remove it. They had to watch over the protected nest to prevent thefts. In the first year, we could successfully protect 50 nests in this manner. When the babies hatched out of the eggs, what an event that was! The whole village rushed to the beach to witness the spectacle. When the tiny turtle hatchlings hurried across the silver sands to meet the rolling, boundless sea, what an ovation they received from the onlookers. Some of the elderly villagers confessed that though they had seen and stolen turtle eggs right from their school days, it was for the first time they had seen the hatchlings hushing and rushing to the sea. So the meanings are: spectacle means a visually striking display. Hatchlings mean a young animal that has recently emerged from its egg. So, after the eggs were kept in another hole, they had to keep a watch over the nest so that the egg hunter would not steal them. In the first year of their campaign, they could successfully protect 50 nests. So, children, when the babies hatched out of the egg, it was a very wonderful view for everyone to watch. All the people from the village used to come to watch this beautiful view. That is, the tiny turtles' hatchlings hurrying on the silver sands to meet the rolling, boundless sea. So, children, aren't you also very excited to see the small baby turtles rushing towards the sea? It would be such a wonderful view. All the people used to clap for these hatchlings when they used to rush towards the sea. Some of the elderly people who were watching confessed that they had been stealing turtle eggs since their school days, that means when they were very young, and hence they had never seen turtle hatchlings moving in this manner towards the sea. There are 7 types of sea turtles in the world, 5 of which are found in India. The olive ridley turtles nest along the entire coastline of Maharashtra. Green turtles and hawksbills have also been found. An amazing characteristic of turtles is that when the female turtle reaches maturity, that is, nearly after a gap of 15 years, she returns to the shore to lay her eggs at the same place where she was born. The female comes on shore just to make a nest in the sand and lay her eggs and immediately runs to the sea. She does not return to the nest after that. The egg hatch after a period of 45 to 50 days using natural heat. Innumerable dangers await the little hatchlings in the deep sea, and they have to face them all on their own. So, children, there are 7 types of sea turtles that are found in the entire world, out of which 5 of them are found in India. The olive ridley turtles, which you can see in the picture, nest along the entire coastline of Maharashtra. In fact, there are many beaches in Goa that attract turtles for nesting, and those villages attached to the beaches have all their shops and restaurants and even homes named after turtles. Green turtles and hawksbills are also found in India. There is an amazing fact about turtles. That is, when the female turtle reaches maturity or adulthood, after a gap of 15 years, it returns back to the seashore. That is where she was born. That is the same place to lay her own eggs, and that too at the same place, the same spot where she was born. The female comes, lays its egg in the nest, and immediately returns to the sea. She doesn't return after that, and the eggs hatch after 45 to 50 days. Using natural heat. There are many dangers awaiting a young hatchling, and they have to face all those dangers on their own. Their survival rate is therefore as low as just 1 or 2 turtles out of 1,000. Turtles perform an important function. They keep the sea clean. Thus, they occupy an important place in marine ecology. Considering all these factors, it is vital to undertake their protection on a large scale. After the success at Velas, we started implementing the project in other places too. Within 5 years, the entire coastline of Maharashtra was surveyed. Protection was offered in 80 of the villages where turtle nests were found. Our strategy was to engage those who had so far been involved in stealing the eggs, then to train and involve them in the work of protection. We started the Turtle Friends Award, that is Kasav Mitra, to encourage more people to be a part of the protection campaign. A comprehensive booklet and a short film on the protection of turtles was prepared to spread the message. So the meanings are: implementing means to put into effect. Vital means essential or important. Strategy means a plan of action. Booklet means pamphlet. So, children, only one or two turtles survive out of the 1,000. So, can you understand the need for them to be protected? All the more, turtles also occupy an important place in marine ecology as they help to keep the sea clean. So, as their campaign in Wales was successful, they started this campaign in other places too. And in 5 years, they had studied the entire coastline of Maharashtra, and they offered protection for 50 villages where turtle nests were found. So, children, their strategy was to make use of the same people, okay, those who stole the eggs, and train them to protect the eggs. They even started the Turtle Friends Award, which is also called as a Kasav Mitra, so that it would encourage them to become a part of the protection. They also made a booklet and a short film in the protection of turtles. They wanted to spread this message of turtle protection far and wide to spread the awareness about the message. The year 2006 saw the beginning of a novel concept, Turtle Festival or Kasav Mahotsav, an opportunity for tourists to witness the unique spectacle of the hatchlings rushing out to the sea. A short film on turtles and the natural beauty of Konkan were additional features of the festival. At the same time, we were quite firm on one issue. The hatchlings should not come to even the slightest harm due to this tourist activity. The tourists were accommodated in the homes of the villagers. The response to this novel concept of homestay was excellent. So, the meanings are: accommodation means a room in which people can stay. Novel means interestingly new or unusual. So, children, this NGO had a lot of success, and so in the year 2006, it saw the beginning of a new concept, that is Turtle Festival or Kasav Mahotsav. This was an opportunity where tourists could witness the unique view of hatchlings rushing out into the sea. At the same time, the volunteers and people from the village were very strict about one thing, that no hatchling should be harmed because of the tourist. Tourists who visited there came from all over the world, as there were no hotels nearby, and yet they wanted the tourists to visit that place. So they were accommodated in the homes of the villagers. The village people welcomed the tourist to stay at their homes. This new concept was named as homestay. People were encouraged more. Tourists were visiting more and more to that place. But the village people also earned some money out of it, as this homestay was as a income for the villagers. A Turtle Friends Club was established in each village, the members being all the villagers offering homestay. All villages would now offer the same rate for homestay. They gave 10% of their income from homestay for the Turtle Protection Fund. The fund would be utilized for the purpose of protection and conservation of turtles. Modern technology also helped. The festival reached all corners of the world through the medium of the internet and our website. So, children, there was a Turtle Friends Club that was established in village, that is in each village, and the village people itself were the members of it who provided homestay. Another thing made very clear was that the rate charged for homestay would be same in all the villages, and 10% of all that they earned from homestay would be given to the Turtle Protection Fund. These funds would be used for the protection and conservation of turtles. This Kasa festival reached to all the parts of the world through the internet, and they had also started their own website. People around the world began to contact the small villages of Konkan. More and more villagers came forward to do this work, and the number of homestay families went up to 35. As many as 800 people began to visit Velas in the turtle season. This meant more business for the villagers. Now they realized that tourism can be a source of income. Tourists bring in money, and in order to earn that money, it was important to protect the turtle hatchlings. This was conservation of nature through livelihood. In its true sense, Velas became the project's main success story. So, children, people began to contact that small village, that is the Konkan villages, and now many more villagers that were earlier not ready were now wanting to participate, and the number of homestay rose up to 35 families as they saw this as a means of earning money, and around 800 people began to visit Velas during the turtle season. This meant that there was more business for the villagers. They now realized that tourists could bring a lot of money, but to do that, they had to protect the turtle hatchlings. What was happening in Velas was the conservation of nature through livelihood. That means the same villagers who used to kill and smuggle these eggs and hatchlings are now helping them so that they could earn money out of it, and that is without hurting or killing the turtles. Sayadri Nisarg Mitra, our organization, believed that it is only the local villagers who can ultimately offer excellent protection to the local species. If they are given the freedom to do that, the conservation projects became sustainable. With this belief, we entrusted the project to the Forest Department, the Gram Panchayat, the villagers, and their Turtle Friends Club. All of them are handling it wonderfully. Now, we are happy to see the project running smoothly and offer help only when necessary. Entrusted means assign the responsibility for doing something to. Sustainable means able to be maintained at a certain rate or level. So now the Sayadri Nisargamitra believed that only the local villagers could provide protection to the turtles. In doing so, conservation projects became sustainable. So now the NGO had full trust in the villagers that they would not go back to harming the turtles. So they now handed over the project to the forest department, the Gram Panchayat, the villagers, and their Turtle Friends Club. The volunteers or the NGOs now help only when help is needed. So now the villagers practice conservation of the resources that nature has given them in the form of turtles. And these same turtles which they protect now give them their livelihood or source of income through the Velas festival and the tourists who visit every year. The food they provide, homestay, etc. This is the true meaning of conservation of nature through livelihood. So children, we have now completed with the explanation of this chapter. I would ask you to read this lesson from your textbooks again for better understanding. Okay children, take care.